Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to come on here really quick and just kind of go over and share with you what IUI cost, at least what it costs for me. Now, for my clinic, the cost can be different from, others' clinics. I know it can vary from clinic, it can vary from state even, so prices will vary all across. Now, for the clinic that I'm going to, what IUI costs for them, what they charge to me is $900. That's what they charge for the actual IUI treatment. So the $900 will cover the baseline ultrasound, it will cover the follicle scan, it will cover the semen wash that they do, and the actual insemination part. So all that is covered by the $900 that I pay. Those $900 must be paid up front. So on the first visit, when I have my baseline ultrasound done, that's when I have to pay the $900. Okay, now the trigger shot, that's a complete different story. The trigger shot is completely different. That you have to pay out of pocket yet again, because my insurance, I tried going through with them to see if they would cover for it, but they didn't. So the pharmacy that the doctor sent it over for me, their cost was about $214 or so, give or take. And since I was not going to be using any type of insurance, they did give me some type of manufacturer discount, the lady said on the phone. So I ended up paying $107 for the trigger shot, which was the Obadrol. So $900 on top of so I paid the $900 plus the $107. And then the letrozole, which was covered partially by my insurance, most of it though, because I didn't pay much for the letrozole, that I only paid like 72 cents. Literally, I have the receipt, I was just looking at it. That's what I paid for the letrozole. So overall, for the IUI, for the trigger shot and the letrozole, I ended up paying $1,007.72, which is not a lot, but when you add it up month after month after month after month, which we've only done one. Now, if we continue to do this, this is what we're going to be looking at every month, that we have to keep doing this. So I know it can add up and it can make a dent in your bank account when you're continually doing all these spending of money for these treatments. And it's very unfortunate that a lot of insurances don't cover it. It's very rare, the insurance that does cover it. But I wanted to share with you a little story of I've actually only have had to pay a portion of the $1,000 and something for the IUI. So I have a little story of it behind it, on what happened and why. So for this story, now my insurance, when we initially started everything that we were going to go see a fertility specialist, we wanted to make sure we got all our ducks in a row. We wanted to make sure that we checked with the insurance to make sure that the provider was going to be covered, that the treatments would be covered if we needed to do treatments, what was covered, what was not covered. So we wanted to make sure that we got everything verified first, if we could even go see that doctor. So what I did was, a couple months back, I called the doctor's office. I let them know that I wanted to be seen as a patient, but that I wanted to see if they even took my insurance. So they got my insurance information down. The lady said, I'll call your insurance and I'll check what your fertility benefits are, and I'll give you a call back to let you know some numbers, so, give or take. Because I had already kind of seen online, and it did give me that some type of fertility treatment was covered. So I thought, okay, maybe it won't be covered at 100%, even if I have to pay some of it, it's fine. So she calls me back and she tells me, okay, so this is what they cover. They cover IUI. First, you have to meet your deductible. They don't cover IVF. so on. And I said, okay, great. I'll pay my deductible, which was not a lot. It was like $750, and then it's covered, I think, at 15%. I only had, no, it's covered at 85%. I only had to pay 15%. So I was like, fine, totally doable. But we didn't just jump into IUI. I paid towards my deductible because I had visits first towards the doctor's office, which was fine. Now, come when I first want to do my first IUI, this is back in November, they sent out a pre-auth to the insurance company, and it comes back denied because it's not a covered benefit. Now, I was so upset when I found this out because I got a letter from the insurance company saying that, you know, it wasn't denied. And so then the doctor's office called me and told me the same thing. So I quickly had my husband call his HR, try to figure out why it wasn't working. In the meantime, I was calling the insurance company trying to figure out why they were denying this. The gal that I got on the phone with the insurance company told me that it was a covered benefit. They don't understand why pre-auth was denied it, as saying it wasn't a covered benefit. So I got the information down on who I talked to and everything. And my husband got a hold of his HR, and they clarified with him that it's actually not a covered benefit through his insurance. So I was so upset. I was so furious and so upset. I don't know how else to explain it. I was just beyond me of the information that we had gotten. HR told my husband, you need to contact the insurance, let them know that it's not a covered benefit, or give me the information that they gave you, and we'll contact them because they need to adjust it on their end because it's something on their end. It's their error, not ours. So I called my doctor's office. I explained to them. Now, I did get in the letter, it did say that I could appeal it. Or my doctor's office could appeal it. So I asked them, can you guys appeal it? I mean, I've already had more than a year trying to go through my OBGYN to see if they can help me get pregnant, and nothing. Now that's why I'm going to actual fertility specialists. So I have the documents, everything to back it up of why we're doing this. We're not just doing IUI for the heck of it. You know, I wish I didn't have to go to a doctor's office to help me get pregnant. I wish, that we could just do this at home like most couples can. So my doctor's office sent it off for the appeal, but they let me know that they didn't know how long it was going to take if we were going to do the IUI, that what I could do is I could pay it up front, and if it came back that they approved it, then they would just issue me a refund, the doctor's office. So we went forward with that. That was when we had to cancel it, and then it got postponed because of everything that was going on. Then come January, they got the approval. So they got the approval up into a certain date in January. The appeal was granted. So that was great. I mean, I only had to pay a little bit more towards my deductible because each visit was still going towards my deductible. Now, so I paid my co-insurance or whatever that day. They collected money from me, and they said, okay, well, if it comes back for any reason, then we'll just, you've already paid it up front, but if not, then we'll issue you a refund. So they were getting from that money that I was that I had already paid up front for those co-pays that I had to pay to them. So I didn't have the full $900 there. I had like $500 or $600 or something. So when my first IUI failed, come the second one, they said, insurance is not going to pay for this again. It looks like they approved the first one because it was their error. They gave us misinformation from the very beginning. So that's the only reason that they granted that first IUI, for them to pay for it. So, which was fine. I kind of figured that they were probably not even going to pay for it. So I was shocked that they paid for that first one. But I get it. They paid for it because it was their mistake, not our mistake. So come the second, come February, when I went in again for my baseline ultrasound, I only had to pay like, I had to pay $900, and this time I only had to pay like $300. So I think I only used up like $300 or so from the first time that I paid the $900, because this time around I didn't have to pay the $900 all over again. I only paid like 300 and something. So that was really nice, because technically this is like, I guess, my first IUI that I'm actually paying for. But then it was postponed again. Well, it was canceled, not postponed, canceled, because of the cyst that I have. Which, speaking of the cyst, I have been drinking teas, sometimes in the morning, sometimes at night. I've been drinking chamomile tea. I'm trying to back off on some stuff on my diet to see if that will help. You basically just have to let it just go out on its own, basically. So I'm drinking the teas to see if that will help. You know, I just kind of have to pray and hope that the cyst goes away, and come this next cycle I end up being cyst free, and we can go ahead and move on with our second IUI. You know, it sucks that we had to stop, but again, everything happens for a reason. God puts a path for us, and that's the path that we have to be on, and we just have to put it in his hands that he knows why he does things, and why he chooses this route for us. And I just kind of have to put it in his hands and understand that it's his will. So that's where we're at. I know I kind of babbled off a little bit on story time, but I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys. I wanted to share that because I want you guys to be aware, for anybody that's going through any infertility treatments, if for any reason you believe your insurance covers it, be very pushy, I guess you could say, because I know I am. I honestly don't care if this is something that it's going to affect my pocketbook, and if you can pay for it as my insurance that we already pay into, I'm going to push for it. But this one was one that I didn't win. I mean, I guess we won one, but that was it. So I guess we'll take what we can get. But as of right now, you know, I'm still waiting to get my period again. I still have some time to go before that happens, but it's okay. Just trying to keep myself busy and occupied. Right now we are in the middle of having a home built, so that's very exciting for us. So that's where I kind of try to keep my mind to, you know, driving out to the site, and just kind of foreseeing how this is going to become our home. What, you know, what we saw once as just a lot of dirt will be our home one day. So hopefully the next couple of months go by pretty quick, and we get into our home, and hopefully, God willingly, I'll be pregnant by the time that happens. So we shall see. Again, make sure if you have any comments for me, leave them down below. If you liked my video, the information I provided, give it a thumbs up. And make sure, if you haven't yet, subscribe and hit the little bell notification. That way you get notified next time I upload a video. And I'll see you guys in the next one.